Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. My name is Bushra Khan and I am from Neem Grammar School and College. I am going to teach you biology. The topic of our lecture is from chapter 2, Solving a Biological Problem, and the topic is data organization and data analysis and maths as an integral part of scientific process. It is present on your page 27 and 28 of your textbook. The lecture outline includes what is data, data organization, data analysis, statistics, application of statistical methods that are proportion and ratio. Now, what is data? Data is a single piece of information, for example, names, dates, and values. Then comes data organization. In order to formulate and then to test hypotheses, scientists collect and organize data. Prior to conducting an experiment, it is important for a scientist to describe the collection methods because it ensures the quality of experiments. And data is organized in different formats like graphics, tables, flowcharts, maps, and diagrams. Then comes data analysis. Depending on the type of data analysis is necessary to prove or disprove a hypothesis by experimentation. It is done through the application of statistical methods that are ratio and proportion. Now, what is ratio? It is defined as when a relation between two numbers, for example A and B, is expressed in terms of quotient A/B. It is called ratio of one number to another number, and ratio is expressed by a division sign or a colon mark between two numbers. We take the example of ratio between 50 malarial patients and 150 normal person, and the ratio is represented by 1:3. Then comes proportion. What is proportion? Proportion means to join two equal ratios by a sign of equality that is shown here. Representation, how you represent, for example, one ratio is A:B and the second ratio is C:D, and the sign of equality between both ratios shows proportion, or we can represent this A:B proportionality sign, then C:D. Now come to the example of proportion. If in one experiment we have 20 sparrows, out of which 14 got sick, then from 100% we have to find the number of sick people. We have take on one side x is to 100, proportionality sign 14:20. Then we have changed the sign of proportionality into equality, and after the sign of equality we have changed we have done cross multiplication, and after the doing of cross multiplication we have to find the value of x, so we bring 20 on the other side of equation and we find out the value of 70. Now what is the 70? It means that 70 out of 100 sparrows would get malaria. Next comes maths as an integral part of scientific process. Biological method involves use of applied mathematics to solve biological problems. Means in order to solve many biological problems we need applied mathematics. For example, gene finding, protein structure and protein-protein interaction. Another field comes by studying this is bioinformatics. It is the use of computational statistical techniques which are used for the analysis of biological problem. Now come to the homework. As you know, our first chapter ends and we have to done understanding the concepts. Question number 2 is present in your exercise and you have to note down the answer of that question from page number 2 and 3 that are included biology and divisions of biology. The second question which you have to do is question number 4. The answer is present on page number 4. And then comes question number 6 and the answer is present on page 7, 8, 9 and 10. And you have to write those points which I have discussed in lecture and write down on your neat books. Links related to our topic are given here. Thank you. Now come to the book and see what we have read today. Data organization and data analysis. First of all, I told you data. What is data? Information or a piece of information including name, dates and values made from observation and experiment. Then we have read how data is organized. Data is organized like graphics, table, flowcharts, maps and diagrams. Then comes data analysis. What is data analysis? Why it is necessary? It is necessary to prove or disprove a hypothesis by experimentation. Two methods are given, ratio and proportional. What is ratio? How it is represented? Example is given here. Proportion, example, representation. All the things we have discussed. Then comes maths as an integral part of scientific process. Then comes bioinformatics. Thank you.